Rovers head south this weekend as they head to Kenilworth Road as Valorant Ishmael's boys look to get their first win under the new coach. Will this be the time? Well, we'll have a little look at that and more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. Looking forward to Luton Town up against Blackburn Rovers at Kenilworth Road. We're doing it again, guys. That's right, as Rovers put me through my misery, taking on a Hatter side, trying to get out of the bottom three. Can they do it? Well, we'll have a little look in just a second. Of course, if you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. One-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers, World Football, Championship Football. We've got it all here under our Rooski. That's right. Of course, Rovers on the back of a draw this weekend. Comeback draw. Luton Town also on the back of a draw. We'll explore those guys in a second. Big shout out to the members. Big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. So what we're going to do now, though, is, of course, jump into the vortex and have a little look at the game coming at you at Kenilworth Road. Luton Town Rovers. That's right. Of course, unfamiliar foes. Only played 10 times since 2007. 3 wins apiece and 4 draws. That's right. Luton Town currently find themselves 23rd with 40 points for the campaign, but they're unbeaten in the last 5 matches. Up against Rovers, 12th in the table, 53 points for the campaign. Just what we're looking at here, just a draw in the last 6. We are winless in the last 7. Now, of course, over the course of those 10 matches, Luton have got 2 to win on the record. They've got 11 goals against us in those 10 matches, 1.10 goals a game. Up against Rovers, who have got 4-0 win on a record. We've got 14 goals against Luton, which equals 1.40 goals a match. Let's roll back the years and have a look at them. These are the last 6, should we say, both home and away, with Rovers picking up the 2-0 win earlier in the season. Dewberry getting his first and only goal for Blackburn Rovers. Owen Beck also on the score sheet with 2 goals within the first half. Liam Walsh got sent off. I think he was he was very much in the spotlight for Luton Town fans at this part of the season. I think he had back-to-back red cards. Anyway, coming at you, the last time we played at Kenilworth Road, it was a 2-0 win for Luton. That was back in September 2022 with Carlton Morris and Reece Burke on the score sheet. Let's take a look at the last 5 at Kenilworth Road. Rovers' one and only victory was all the way back in January 2007 in the FA Cup. 4-0 winners with the likes of Matty Derbyshire on the score sheet twice, Benny McCarthy and Morton Gamps Pedersen. So it's not a good stomping ground for Rovers. We have a couple of draws on our record, and I think right now a draw in this match won't be too bad. Let's take a look at the last 10 then. We're looking for red score lines. We've got 3 out of the last 10. Actually, it is very even between the two sides. I think that's what we've just seen at the start here. Pretty much a breakdown of it. So that is that. Rolling back the years even further, we have actually played 30 times in the course of the history books. Luton Town winning 11 of them, we winning 8, and there's been 11 draws. They've scored 45 goals to our 35. So that's, of course, going through the history books. What about the current day? Let's have a look at the squads then, shall we? At least the valuations. Luton Town come out with a €94.5 million squad value with an average player ranking around about £3 million or €3 million. The squad age is 27 years of age. We've got 8 national team players, 6 youth players, and 19 foreigners. Rovers on the flip side, just shy of €54 million, €2 million a player on average. The squad age is a little bit older than that of Luton's. We have 5 national team players, 1 youth, and 11 foreigners. Let's take a look then at the coaches under the spotlight. It is Matt Bloomfield, just 41 years of age with a 1.51 points per match ratio, yet to take on Valorant Ishmael and yet to take on Blackburn Rovers. As for Big Val, he's got a success rate of 1.67, and his record against Luton is perfect. 2 wins out of 2. Can he make it 3 wins out of 3? Probably not, because that would be a jinx. Meanwhile, Mark McGuinness is the main man there for Luton Town, valued at a cool €9 million. Irish centre-back brought in at the start of the season from Cardiff, up against Rovers' very own Tyree Stone, who looks set to leave Rovers for nothing this coming summer. So, still bittersweet with that. Taking the squads then, this is, of course, Luton Town. We've got some familiar ex-Rovers in there, including goalkeeper Thomas Kaminski in the back line there. We've got also ex-Rover there, Amari Bell, Mark McGuinness, we already mentioned, and, of course, a returning Kai Naismith this season. Mads Janssen, solid defender there. Who else have we got? Matsuko Makoso will probably start. And Tom Lockyer, of course, had his health struggles in the campaign. Into midfield, the likes of Theo Alsgaard, a player we were linked with. Of course, Luton went there this winter with the deal. Jordan Clark is expected to play. Liam Walsh, we mentioned briefly as well. The likes of Marvellous Nakamba, who was phenomenal in Luton Town's promotion-winning season. And he also did okay in the Prem, I believe. Not in the squad these days. He might be injured, I don't know. Up top, they got the likes of Carlton Morris, Elijah Adebayo, of course, other familiar names up there. Milinic Ali was brought in from, I think, Exeter over the transfer window. Jacob Brown, of course, a solid player at this level. They've got options. It's just not clicked for a lot of these guys. I don't know why. Anyways, take a look at the squad. This is my lineup for the game. Kaminsky, Makoso, McGuinness, Bell. We've got Jones, Walsh, Asgard, Clark, Doughty, Morrison, and Adebayo up top. If you're unfamiliar with the Rovers team, this is what we're playing with right now. AC pairs between the sticks. We have a bit of a headache at the back here with no right back, recognised right back or solid right back option available this week. Callum Britton is out. He might be coming back. I don't know where he's at. Hayden Carter looks like he's gone for the season. And then our third one was Joe Rankin Costello. We did play a young Montgomery coming in from the bench. He did okay. Solid. I think we're clean sheet with him on the books. Sanderson can play at right back, so that could also be an option. Meanwhile, could be also changing the guard at the left back because Rivera's played pretty much every game since January. Pickering is back. So he could be an option, or we might go even to a back three centre-back pairing with Sanderson, Hyam and Bart, who knows. Into midfield again, the Tronstad-Travis duo was back and we got ourselves a result there. Campbell probably had his best game all season, or at least the last 45 anyway. So he's probably started. No Wyman. Who else? No Emmanuel Dennis, no Carbo. I think Emmanuel Dennis might not be done for the season. There might be a little bit of fuel left in the tank there, but still, it's loose change right now. We've got not much going for ourselves. This is what I've gone with then. Pairs between six. I've got Sanderson on the right back. It could be Montgomery, but do you throw him in the deep end at this game? He was playing non-league football with Chorley about 2 weeks ago, so I don't know. Danny Bart, Dom Hyam, Pickering comes in at left back for me. Travis Tronstad, Dolan, Cantwell, Hedges starts. I know it's not good. I know we got ourselves back into the game once Hedges was removed, but I'm going there just to start the game. You don't want to throw all your tools. If we've put Mac Gay up here alongside Ohashi, what's the threat from the bench? We have no threat from the bench, so we need some option to come off the bench to change it up. So I would be a little bit conservative, a little bit reserved. And then, of course, we'll see what we've got. Let's take a look at the key players then for both sides. Alfred Doherty has been the main man, 7.18 on average. He's been the best player between the two sides over the course of the season. Mark McGuinness as the second best for Luton and the third best overall. Callum Britton's the main man for Rovers, been out for a little bit. Todd Campbell was the second best alongside Dom Hyam and Sandra Tronstad, Danny Bart, all with 7.03s. So good performances from them this season. Let's take a look at the overall rankings then. The average for Luton Town per player per the whole season, 6.80. They were ranked 23rd out of 24 this season for on average. They played 41 games, scoring 37 goals, conceding 62. Compared to Rovers, again, played the same amount of games, 6.89 average, scoring 44 goals, conceding 45, picking up a 1.1 goal a game on average. Possession-wise, possession stats then 44.7% possession for Luton. They've kept 9 clean sheets through the course of the season. Rovers 49.2% possession, 13 clean sheets kept all season as well. Moving forward into the duels, Luton picking up a 49.5% duel success rate, and they won 52.1 of them in the air. As for Rovers, similar numbers, 50.4 of the duels won, 51.1% won on the air. 3 red cards for Rovers, 6 red cards for Luton. Probably that could be a major cause or reason for their situation in the table. Let's take a look then at the possession-based stats then. When in possession, Luton Town prefer the left to the right, but only just. And when in possession, they can be found more often than not on the front foot in the opposition third. Rovers, though, evenly split as it was last time, both 38% on the left and the right, and can be found more often than not in that defensive line there. 32% of the time. As for shots, Rovers, actually let's start with Luton. Luton prefer to shoot from the left-hand side and 12% in that 6-yard area. Rovers prefer the opposite, right-hand side, and 13% in that 6-yard area. As for shots received, pretty much even speed. Stevens there for Luton Town, 15% either side, 7% down the middle, 39% long-range shots received from outside the box. Rovers, again, more often than not, commonly the opposition shooting down the left-hand side, and 35% outside the box. As for the goals scored, Luton Town, 17 of them through open play, 14 set pieces. Look at that. That is a stat that we've got to be worried about. 2 counter-attacks, 2 penalties, and 2 OGs. Goals conceded, 34 through open play, 19 set pieces, 6 counter-attacks, 2 penalties, and 1 own goal. Rovers scored 29 through open play, 7 set pieces, 4 counter-attacks, 3 penalties, and 1 own goal. Our goals conceded 29 through open play, 12 set pieces, 3 penalties, 1 counter-attack, and no own goal. So set piece, major strong suit for Luton Town. Bit of a weakness for us as well. So we've got to keep an eye on the corners, the set pieces, the wrong throw-ins perhaps. To hopefully calm it down. This is, of course, the resume for Luton Town. After this, just 4 games remains, 2 of them over the Easter period, and then the final 2. Coming into this, though, unbeaten in the last 5 games, it looks like. Picking up a 2-0 win over Cardiff, a 0-0 draw at home to Borough, a 1-0 win over Hull, a draw against Leeds, and a draw away to Stoke. So it's a good bit of form for them at just the right time. They take on Rovers, which they're probably likely going to get a win. Then it's, of course, a massive game against Derby. Bristol City's going to be difficult. Coventry not the same. It is pretty much a very difficult run-in for Luton Town. As for Rovers running, Millwall after this, back at Ewood Park, Sunderland away, Watford at home. You know, when you look at that, realistically, we should be targeting 7 points out of the last 3 matches. 7 points, give or take. To win the 2 home ones, you would think. Maybe get something here against Luton Town or Sunderland or at Sheffield United on the final day of the season. So 7 points, you would imagine. But what does that do? That doesn't really do much for any hopes and dreams at the moment. Let's take a look then at the form. This is where it's all at. This is the tail of the tape. Look at form book. Luton Town are 11th in the form table right now. Rovers are 24th rock bottom with just 1 point out 6. Meanwhile, the form on the paper right now, look at that. Home form for Luton Town, unbeaten in the last 4. They picked up 3 draws at the last 4. The one only victory, though, was a 1-0 win over Portsmouth. Maybe the home venue is not as forthcoming as it should be for Luton, maybe because of the situation at the table. Kenilworth Road is a bad place to be, I don't know. But they're unbeaten, though, in the last 4. They've strung something together. Rovers' away form is shit. Just 1 goal scored over the last 4 matches on the road. Their only win was against West Bromwich Albion. Tony Mowbray did us a favour back then. He owed us a couple. He still probably owes us a couple more. So hopefully he can wangle us some hope at the end of the season. Let's take a look at what we can expect then. The tail of the tape. Strengths: Luton Town, aerial duels, attacking set pieces, creating scoring chances. I talked about it already. It's there in black and white. You can decipher it yourself. Weaknesses, though, for Luton's: offside, keeping ball possession of the ball, defending set pieces, defending against skillful players. So Cantwell, Dolan. Purely, this is their time to shine. Protecting the lead, defending against counter-attacks, and scoring chances. Rovers' strengths are protecting the lead, attacking down the wings, stealing the ball from the opposition, and aerial duels. Weaknesses, though, scoring chances, avoiding offside, and avoiding fouling in dangerous areas. Luton's style of play, though, is long balls. They attempt crosses often, play play out wide. They control the game in the opposition half. They like to come down the left, take a lot of shots, and they're quite aggressive. Rovers, though, is we play a lot of through balls. We play in our own half. And we can be quite aggressive. The forecast says Rovers will steal the ball from the opposition. There'll be a high number of cars, and Luton will control the game in the opposition half. This is the table, though. As you see it, Rovers sitting in 12th, and a win for us, we could actually go to 10th. As for Luton, a win for them, they could actually get out of the drop zone to 21st spot, depending on what goes on elsewhere. The trajectory, though, for Rovers is nothing but down. As for Luton Town, it's been flatlining for a little bit, but maybe, just maybe, there is a uptick. Right at the death there. All kicks off tomorrow at Turnbull with Burnley taking on Norwich. Into Saturday's games, we have a couple of early kickoffs. Leeds against Preston, Plymouth against Sheffield United. Then the 3 o'clocks, we have Sunderland, Swansea, Cardiff, Stoke, West Brom, Watford, Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford. We have QPR, Bristol City, Millwall, Middlesbrough, Portsmouth, Derby. But the game of the day is Luton Town against Blackburn Rovers at Kenilworth Road. On Monday, though, we have Hull City against Coventry. Monday Night Football in the week of Easter. Of course, this is the current top goal scorers, I believe. Body of Saints is still the man with 17 goals. Joe Perot's up there alongside with 15. Josh Sargent in the bronze at the moment. No Luton or Blackburn Rovers players anywhere in town. So then, folks, it all comes down to this. What do I expect that will happen in this game? Or what's my prediction for it? Well, Rovers did play good. They played their best 45 minutes under Val Ishmael in that second half. Is that a catalyst for something moving forward? Will we suddenly see that top 6 form come back again? No, it's not. That's over. It's dead. It's dead. It's buried. I think we just need a result to get over the line, get over the hump. The season is pretty much over for Rovers. I don't think we're going to get sucked into that relegation mire. But what we do need is to see some points on the board, give Valérien Ismaël something to work with over the summer, and then, of course, build it from there on in. I got called in one of the videos a Venky's apologist. I'm not a Venky's apologist. Venky's are the problem. They need to go. They need to get changed. But making that happen is not the thing. What I am, though, is I am a closeted Valérien Ismaël apologist. I don't think this is not his doing. I think he's a good coach. If you take the whole Venky's thing and the Waggett and the Solihull bullshit and the Rudy Gestede out of it, and you ask other championship pundits or opinion, Van Rishmel's not a bad coach. Yes, he's got a bit of a sticky record with he hasn't lasted at a club for more than so many months. But if you look at those jobs, he managed to punch way above his weight at Barnsley. And that's got him the reputation what he has. He's got a good pedigree. He's got a good playing pedigree. He's got good managerial pedigree. His last three clubs, you've got to look at Besiktas. Besiktas in Turkey, they want success like yesterday. If you're not winning every single game, you're fucking toast. Meanwhile, same with Watford. Watford sacked left, right, and centre a coach. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. And then West Brom, you just got relegated. I think he had a good season with West Brom. And it just, they just got relegated. They didn't want top 6. They wanted top 2. And I guess that, some people have a bad appointment and some people every now and again will have a bad appointment, a bad job or a bad performance or something like that. And to give that as Van Rishmel's bad performance sitting in the playoffs for West Brom, I don't think so. I think he's a good manager. I think he's in a bad situation. The Blackburn Rovers form was never good when he came in. It was pretty stinky all 2025. And he's working with John Eustace's tools. Hopefully now this season, and I know we talk about a lot of players leaving, and that's a concern because we don't know where the fucking submit button is. We don't know how to send paperwork. So that's the major concern for me, is that there's no proof that we're going to actually get 10 replacements in for the 10 players that are going to go out. But if somehow we have managed to get a team together, know when if we practice press and submit, Preston using the fax machine and practice actually getting the players in, maybe, just maybe, Valerie Ishmael and this new coaching team or what have you might have that secret sauce and get a galvanized Blackburn Rovers team together that can actually play front foot football next season with players brought in to do just that. We're playing right now with tools. We're playing with square pegs and round holes to a point, to try and play a system, and he needs a summer, he needs a pre-season to get his identity. I am not judging Big Val on this. I can't. It's not been great. It's definitely not been great, and he has pushed my buttons, and he has made me consider quitting streaming this season because it's been bad. But I'm not. I am not. I think Rovers fans need to give him a little bit of chance. Give him a summer. Give them. I know it's. If we're all resigned to the fact that we're going to be relegated next season, then what? If you're already in that mindset, then might as well back the boys now and give them a chance to see what will happen over the summer. If you're already thinking about the worst case scenario, then let Valerie Ishmael surprise you next season. That's all I'm saying. I don't think we're going to get relegated next season if the summer is good. If we do replace the 10 players with decent players. Maybe the Yukis of the world or the Cargbos of the world. Maybe we can find a few gems out there. And again, I'm putting a lot of hope and faith in the recruitment team, and that's might be my biggest fault here is backing the recruitment team and the boys behind the scenes. That's my main area of concern. I think we might not be. I think we've got some blind puppet master behind the scenes that just doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I think Val's a good coach. I think he will get a tune out of a team. I just hope the recruitment staff get the right players to fit it, and that's a gamble in itself. We invest in the players to match this system on a coach that may have only got traditionally a year before he quits it. But maybe that's another thing. Maybe if we're patient, we will eventually see the fruits of our labour. Anyway, enough about that. What did I say? Yeah, I'm going to go with a draw here, guys. Sorry. Long-winded, drawn out, 1-1. I think if we can take that 45 minutes as something to build off of Luton Town, of course, especially if Rovers can finally take the lead in a match. If we can take a lead, then Luton Town will be scrapping for a point, trying to get a point, if not more, because of their own dire situation. And hopefully, maybe the other results around the ground will fuel to our fire. Because we got nothing really to fight for right now. Luton Town desperately, and that could work in our favour. So yes, back Ishmael, give him time. I'm optimistic for the summer, but we'll see. Until then, subscribe, smash the like. We'll have the watch along, and then Easter Bonanza next week. But until then, we're done for now. Whoa, this is fucking loose.